All right. Good morning, everyone. And, okay. Well, I want to welcome everyone to the Mobile County Conference Commission meeting and call the meeting to order. And I think this morning we are going to present two resolutions. One is an observation of Operation Green Light for the veterans. And I think Commissioner Ludgood will be presenting that. And then we also are going to be recognizing National Animal Shelter Appreciation Workers Week. And Commissioner Hudson will be presenting that. And Commissioner Ludgood, you can go first. I don't think there was. Just reading it, if you want to just read it here. Okay.
This is a record.
I don't have this. I did not cause this.
This is a.
Offered to hold your microphone for you.
Maybe I should just. This is a resolution in recognition of Operation Green Light for veterans. Whereas the residents of Mobile County have great respect, admiration, and the utmost gratitude for all the men and women who have selflessly served our community and our country in the armed forces, and whereas almost 30,000 of Mobile County's residents are veterans and almost 600 businesses in Mobile County are veteran-owned, and whereas the contributions and sacrifices of the men and women who served in the armed forces have been vital in maintaining the freedoms and the way of life enjoyed by our citizens, and whereas approximately 200,000 service members transition to civilian communities annually, and an estimated 20% increase of active service members will transition to civilian life soon, and whereas studies indicate that 44 to 72% of service members experience high levels of stress during the transition from military to civilian life, with many at high risk for suicide during their first year after military service, or experience homelessness, substance abuse, or live with mental illness like PTSD, and whereas veterans continue to serve our community in the American Legion, veterans of foreign wars, religious groups, civil service, and by functioning as veteran services officers to help fellow former service members access more than $52 billion in federal health, disability, and compensation benefits each year. And whereas the Mobile County Commission seeks to honor these individuals who have placed themselves in harm's way for the good of all, and whereas Mobile County Commission appreciates the sacrifices of our United States military personnel and believes specific recognition should be granted, now therefore let it be resolved that the Mobile County Commission hereby declares November 6th through November 12th, 2023 as a time to salute and honor the service and sacrifice of our veterans and the men and women in uniform who are transitioning from active service, and further resolved in accordance with the National Associations of Counties observance of Operation Greenlight, the Mobile County Commission encourages county residents to recognize the importance of honoring those who have made immeasurable sacrifices to preserve freedom by displaying a green light in a window of their place of business or residence during the week surrounding the Veterans Day holiday. And this is attested to by all three commissioners and our administrator. And I want to tell you, I have green lights on my front porch, 1058 Savannah Street, if you want to check them out. And if you would like to have lights of your own, There's some at the door, right? There's some at the door that you may be able to get to take home. We also thank these entities that have joined in our observance: the Mobile Convention Center, GovQuest, and the USS Alabama Battleship. And the RSA building will be in green lights tonight. And also the City of Mobile Fire and Rescue has hung a giant flag in the atrium recognizing this week. Thank you all.
Well, good morning, everyone. Again, we have the honor and the privilege today of recognizing our own Mobile County Animal Shelter, led by Morgan Woodward and his staff, several here, and also an adoptable animal, Willow, who's very excited to be here today, I think. Because this is an honor in recognition of National Animal Shelter. Come on, y'all scoot down just a little bit. National Animal Shelter Appreciation Week. And the resolution reads, whereas the Humane Society of the United States celebrates National Animal Shelter Appreciation Week during the first full week of November. This week was created to acknowledge and promote the role of animal shelters in communities across the country and to encourage the public to get acquainted with their local animal shelters to learn how they can help save the lives of animals. And whereas the animal shelters, like the Mobile County Animal Shelter, are vital resources for our community. Shelters also provide critical services such as investigating cruelty and neglect, reuniting lost pets with their families, teaching kids to care about animals, and providing spay-neuter services to help reduce pet overpopulation. And whereas while dogs and cats are some of the most beloved pets in the United States, pet homelessness is a huge problem. About 86.9 million U.S. households own a pet, while 38% of dog owners and 40% of cat owners got their pets from an animal shelter or rescue. The Mobile County Animal Shelter is a safe haven for animals and a great place to adopt a new family member. I would say pet, but they're a member. That's right. Whereas National Animal Shelter Appreciation Week is a perfect opportunity for Mobile County residents to become acquainted with our local shelters and to help homeless pets. We encourage residents to get involved by adopting their next pet from a shelter, becoming a fan of their local shelter on Facebook, volunteering at the shelter, being responsible pet owners, having their pets spayed or neutered, and donating supplies to their local shelter. Now, therefore, let it be resolved, the Mobile County Commission proclaims November 5th through 11th, 2023 as National Animal Shelter Appreciation Week in Mobile County. Furthermore, we applaud the Mobile County Animal Shelter and other local shelters for providing compassionate services to animals and people in our community. And it was signed by all three county commissioners and our county administrator. Morgan, what I would like for you to do, if you'll come over and introduce the members of your staff and tell us a little bit about the Lunch and Learn program that's scheduled for today. And I know you've got more pets coming in, right?
That's correct. Okay. So again, my name is Morgan Woodward. I'm the Animal Shelter Administrator. And with me today I have Lisa Hartley. She's one of our dispatchers, but she also covers the front desk and does a lot of work at interacting with the public when they first come in. And then additionally, Donnell McKinley, Brianna Callahan, and Scarlett Gordon. They are my leads that actually work in the kennels with all of the animals. And then I have Tammy Reese, who is our placement partner specialist. She does a great job of reaching out to all of our rescue groups, trying to encourage them to come and pull animals from the shelter that may or may not be available for adoption. I'm just trying to continue to work to get as many animals out of the shelter as we can with a positive live outcome. Yep, so a new program that we started up and we've been really ramping up is our foster program, and that program is designed to just give dogs that have been in the shelter for an extended period of time a break. We also are starting up other programs, so if we have a medically needy animal in the shelter that just needs time to rehabilitate, we can put it into a foster home, teach them how to care for that particular animal. For animals that have not yet been spayed or neutered, we're working on a program where if somebody wants to adopt an animal, that they can take that animal home right then and there, become a temporary foster until we can get that spay-neuter surgery taken care of, and then we can officially adopt that animal out afterwards. So we're getting creative with how we're getting animals out of the shelter, and we certainly appreciate this recognition. Yeah, and for today, we'll be outside just answering any and all of your questions that you have about what we do, providing information about the animals in the shelter, and just trying to really push to get more and more fosters and adopters to come out to the shelter.
And to encourage people to come down, I think we have food trucks that are coming out today. Okay. So y'all come down and pet the animals and talk and find out how maybe you can get involved if you're interested. Morgan, we're going to have you come over here and stand and accept this, and then we're going to have pictures.
All right. Before we move any further, I would like to welcome a new member of our staff, Allison Wadwani. She will be the new Director of Human Resources. If you want to stand and introduce yourself, if you want to say anything, you're welcome to. But I just wanted to welcome you to the team and thank you. Allison came to us from the License Commissioner's Office, and we're excited to have you. All right. Cherie, do we have any speakers?
No speakers this morning, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, I don't see Glenn here, so I guess that means
It's
Eddie.
just me.
That's you.
All right, we ask the commission to consider the following. Number one, approve minutes of the regular meeting of August 28th. 2, approve list of claims. 3, authorize subrecipient agreement with the city of Chickasaw for sewer improvements in the South Thompson Court and 9th Avenue neighborhoods in an amount up to $200,000. 4, authorize subrecipient agreement with the city of Citronelle for road improvements in the Woodland Court community in the amount up to $200,000. 5, authorize subrecipient agreement with Habitat for Humanity of Southwest Alabama in the amount of up to $140,000 of Community Development Block Grant funds to provide roof replacement for eligible residential homeowners within the urban county. 6, adopt a resolution authorizing the request of the Sheriff's Office to dispose of certain items from fixed assets inventory list. 7, approve memorandum of understanding between Mobile County Sheriff's Office and Immigration and Customs Enforcement for the reimbursement of joint operations expenses from the Treasury Forfeiture Fund. Number 8, we ask to be voted at the conference. Approve agreement between the Department of Examiners of Public Accounts and the Mobile County Commission to conduct a financial audit of Mobile County Commission for the period beginning October 1st, 2021 and ending on September 30th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
9, approve preliminary resolution authorizing 2023 capital improvement plan projects for issuance of general obligation improvements warrants, Series 2023, in an aggregate principal amount not expected to exceed $30 million for various capital improvements for use in serving the citizens of the county pending legal review.
Question on this one, there will be a breakdown, I did not, of projects that will be included, where do we go next with that? 9. Mhm. Bond issue.
Yes, they are working on that list.
Okay.
Of course, this is preliminary, so basically what this is saying is that in the event, we don't have the, bond issue or warrant issue prior to the need, like, for example, I believe you have a need, we can use general fund money, and then when we issue the debt, we'll reimburse the general
Reimburse it,
fund.
okay.
So, I think they're still working through that list, with, to get it to you for approval, to review
Right.
and go through the process and determine what you want added and also what you want removed, or what do you think about it in the dollar amount. So this is not,
Right, this just
circumventing that
allows the-
process. Yeah, this is just
Going
giving an
forward.
avenue in case something comes up, the bond is not, the warrant is not issued, but you do have a need, to go ahead and start your project or award a bid for your project, and you can do that,
Very
knowing
good.
that, yeah, so that's the purpose of that.
So do we anticipate getting to the point where we can go to the bond market after the first of the year, maybe?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that would be a good assumption.
The bond is going to be project-specific. That wasn't my understanding of how,
Yeah, it will be project-specific because as a requirement of the bond, we have to list the projects. Not that they can't change, but we have to give the underwriters and the prospective bond holders or warrant holders, tongue-tied, a list of how we plan to spend the money. Thank you.
But but that can be,
Confirming
that can be revised if
Yeah.
necessary.
well, I knew we had to give specifics on it, but, okay, that's fine, we'll discuss it.
You know, the type of project, the name of the project, and estimated amount. We know those things can change, but we do have to kind of tell them what we plan on doing with the funds.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
10, adopt a resolution declaring real property at 1670 Aden Road, Mobile, Alabama as surplus. 11, approve purchase agreement to sell the real property located at 1670 Aden Road to John and Lori Jean Johnston for the sum of $12,000 plus closing cost, and to authorize the commission president to execute all necessary documents.
Jay, do we have deed restriction, are we putting deed restrictions on this property? I know we had,
We will put a deed restriction that informs the seller and subsequent buyers that the property has flooded in the past, and that the county explains that to them, and they take it subject to that. They could build on it, subject to the city requirements and elevation requirements, but
okay.
it'll be disclosed in the deed that, it floods, and if they can meet flood requirements moving forward, then that would be okay. There was also some question, when we did this, that Brian wanted to reach out to the city engineer, and they voiced no opposition to it being sold.
I would like to put a deed restriction on it to where nothing can be built on it, honestly, but we can talk about that later.
I don't know that the gentleman who wants to buy it would be opposed to that.
Yeah,
I just don't know that property has been known to flood, it's documented flooding, and that if he built on it, it'd be subject to all the elevation requirements to build a house.
yeah, because the property is ours, and when we acquired the property, it was in the county, but now it's in the city, and so I understand he would have to meet the city's requirements if he did build on it, but I just,
Whatever they may be.
yeah.
If you want
I
me
just
to-
don't want to cause an issue for the city, anyway, but we can discuss it.
Well,
12,
Well, it sounds like we need to discuss it now if we're about to
And we can't,
approve a purchase agreement.
we can, but I was just gonna,
If you want it where it can't be built on, then I'll speak to the
well,
prospective.
no, I don't believe that the current purchaser, the guy who's purchasing the lot now, has any intent of
He has
building
no
anything.
plans to construct.
But if we don't have a deed a restriction preventing anything from being built there, he could sell it to someone else and they could potentially, which I guess they would have to go through the city's process to build on it, but I think the easier way to do it, if you had a deed restriction that says that, no structure could be built on it, that would resolve the whole issue. I don't know if you agree with that or not.
I mean, I don't know that the owner, the gentleman wants to buy it now, would have any problem with that. I'll ask him.
So, for me, somebody's paying, I guess, fair market value
It
for
is,
this.
yes, ma'am.
What I certainly think we need to do is to disclose that it floods
Yes.
in a way that will run with the deed.
Yeah.
And so the next buyer, if he ever sold it, the next buyer will also know that it floods and that having to construct anything is gonna be subject to all those rules.
That would have to be disclosed.
And
wouldn't it?
it has been disclosed, and it will be in the deed restriction now. The current discussion is not that it can never be built on, it's just gonna have those restrictions that Commissioner Leggett just mentioned.
That you have to notify any purchaser that the property floods.
We'll see,
It'll
if
be in the
you,
deed.
it'll flow just like an easement. If you put in that, the disclosure, the flood, that it floods, that's gonna follow to every other person,
Correct.
every other purchaser.
Want it where no one can ever build on it prospectively, I will speak to Mr. John Stunn about that.
Okay, but that's what,
I think
I don't
we
really
covered the
like
way
that.
you speak,
Okay, well,
Commissioner
that's
Leggett.
fine. As long as we're gonna have something in the deed that follows that piece of property, because the reason we own the piece of property is because we had to purchase it because of floods. And now we're selling the piece of property
Right.
that could, in the future, somebody could,
Ask us to buy it again.
yeah, or the city. I'm just trying to say, because it's not in the county, it's in the county, but it's now inside the city limits. And I don't want somebody to buy the piece of property and think they're gonna build a house on it and go file for a permit and the city goes, sorry, you can't build on it. I just wanna make sure that all of that is stated in the deed and that it's understood.
It will be, understood.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, thank y'all.
Twelve, approve amending the 2019 capital improvement plan to create Tanner Williams Road additional lanes with an estimated cost of $2,344,953, also decreasing the estimated cost of the new vehicle maintenance project by the same amount.
So are we essentially eliminating the new vehicle maintenance project and putting all that money toward Tanner Williams? Is that what we're doing?
Commissioner, I believe 800,000 is going towards the vehicle maintenance facility, and the other 2.3 million is going to be transferred over to one of our 2012 pay-as-you-go projects.
Well, this says that we are decreasing the new vehicle maintenance project by 2.3 and
ma'am.
adding to that same 2.3 to Tanner Williams.
Yes, the original vehicle maintenance was estimated about 3.1, so that leaves 800,000.
Okay, there's just no 800,000 anywhere on here. It looks like we're moving all of it. I guess I want to just be clear about what we're actually doing.
It's reducing the cost of that previous CIP project that was the vehicle maintenance facility, about 2.3 million. It leaves 800,000 in there.
I think what you're asking is that you'd like to see the total
The
amount and
balance,
then,
yeah, with the balance that's up
With
in
the
there.
balance.
So basically, they're not doing that project, the vehicle maintenance facility, because I'm not really sure why they couldn't find a building or construction costs to do a new building. I think they said it was like $15 to $20 million. So
Okay.
they decided to reallocate those funds because it is an older CIP and they have to spend the money. So commissioner do it. This is an example of a project that was in the list, that was planned, and we have to reallocate the funds. So this is an example of a use case where we did have a project that was in the original plan, but because of construction prices and the timeframes and the fact they couldn't locate a building for that amount of money, they are now repurposing the funds, but they are still repurposing the funds for a public works purpose and projects.
So I think if it said new vehicle maintenance project cost, or the cost, and then reducing it by that much, that would leave the balance that would stay in that project, correct? That's what, okay.
Well, what we'll probably do is just word it differently to where we say we are reallocating, have more, basically what I just explained, and then saying we're gonna take it and put it in unnamed projects for the public
Right.
works use. And then we're
Okay.
moving X amount from unnamed, moving it to unnamed projects, then taking that particular amount from unnamed projects to these, and then that will leave unnamed projects with $800,000 balance.
Okay.
I think to your point, it does need to have more clarity. So thank you for that question.
What are we gonna do about the much-needed vehicle maintenance? I mean, are we gonna refund that in another way down in the future, or?
I think
These are probably all questions for Ricky, and,
Commissioners, I have not had that discussion with Ricky, so I can't elaborate on that right now.
It's my understanding they may be possibly looking at a facility
They've looked at several.
and that they're trying to get an offer.
I'm okay with waiting until Ricky
That's
is
fine.
here and can tell us.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, but I do know they are
They've looked at
looking.
several parcels, but they haven't come back if they
Well,
Okay,
find something. All I know.
we'll wait for the status on that one then.
Yeah. But that 2.3 million that it is allocating over to that 2012 pay-as-you-go is under construction now, the Tanner Williams 5-lane section. We'll
We've got
have this 2.3 million spent in 3 months.
Is this an overage on the job, on the original contract, or what is, how is
Well,
it?
it bid about 2 million higher than what we anticipated, but this will save that 2012 pay-as-you-go program about 2.3 million, and we can spend this money quickly, which is desirable, so. This is like a godsend for that 2012 pay-as-you-go program.
13, approve request of the Finance Department to amend the May 8 minutes, agenda item 13, to change project number from a CDP project to an ARPA project, appropriation contract with the City of Chickasaw in the amount of $45,000 from District 1 funds for turnout gear, protective equipment to benefit the Chickasaw Fire Department. 14, approve a request of the Finance Department to amend the February 9th minutes, agenda item 15, to change project number from a CDP project to an ARPA project, appropriation contract with the City of Satsuma in the amount of $25,000 from District 1 funds for Satsuma Fire Rescue Health, Wellness, and Fitness Program. 15, we will amend the item to note that this property is part of the Mobile County Sportsplex. Approve the purchase of 4.05 acres of real property from Mary Lou Berg located south side of Lee's Lane on Halls Mill Road for a purchase price of $390,000 plus closing costs, and authorize the commission president to sign all documents.
There
Six,
is one comment, she's on the south side of Halls Mill Road, not Lee's Lane. Yeah, but Halls Mill is there.
Just take Lee's Lane out.
What was the appraised value of that piece of property?
390,000. And as you know, Commissioner, it was unapproved.
Yes.
$16, Approve sponsorship agreement with Bayou Clinic doing business as Gulf States Health Policy Center in the amount of $1,500 from District 3 Commission funds for its Bayou on the Move Community Health and Wellness Day. 17, approve sponsorship agreement with Boynton Oak Society in the amount of $2,000 from District 1 Commission funds for its Boynton Oak Festival. 18, approve appropriation contract with Ambitiously Him and Her King Foundation in the amount of $5,000 from District 1 Education funds for the Bridge of Hope Young Parenting Program. 19, approve sponsorship agreement with Ambient LLC doing business as Focus Empowering Women in the amount of $2,500 from District 1 Education funds for its Focus Women's Conference.
This, it should say for scholarships.
Scholarships. '20, approve appropriation contract with Crichton Youth Services in the amount of $2,500 from District 2 Education funds for its Youth Health Ambassador Program. 21, approve sponsorship agreement with Clotilda Descendants Association in the amount of $3,500 from District 1 Commission funds for its Spirit of Our Ancestors Festival. 22, approve amending annual contract with Satsuma Public Library to increase the contract amount from $48,938 to $63,938 for an additional amount of $15,000 from District 1 funds for its operational expenses. 23, approve appropriation contract with Murphy High School Alumni Boosters in the amount of $4,109.56 from District 1 Education funds to help support the Murphy High School tennis team. 24, approve appropriation contract with Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Central Gulf Coast in the amount of $10,000 from District 1 Education funds for its big event fundraiser. 25, we will amend as follows. Award bid for 1-year floor covering replacement installation at various Mobile County facilities for an amount not to exceed $100,000 will be paid from Cost Center 84, Fund 51700.
To whom? Who are we awarding the bid? It doesn't say in there who we're awarding the bid to.
Advertising? This is advertising.
Oh, advertising for a bid?
No, we're awarding Delta Flooring.
Delta Flooring, okay. I thought I saw award.
Is that next? What does it say?
Yes. It made it into the agenda as a advertisement, but it's an awarding the bid to Delta Flooring.
So it'll say awarding bid to Delta Flooring.
Yes, on Monday's agenda, that's how it will.
All right, thank you.
Oh, I got you.
'26, award bid to James B. Donaghy for Government Plaza Smoke Damper Survey for their total bid in the amount of $93,500 will be paid from Cost Center 84. 27, approve assignment to Baker LPA Group for Strickland Youth Center intake renovations. Work will consist of design, bidding, and project administration associated with the development of the intake renovations. The proposed fee is $8,482 and will be paid from Cost Center 22. 28, approve application for retail beer, retail table wine alcohol license submitted by Dolgen Corp. For Dollar General Store on Warrendean Road, District 3. 29, approve application for retail beer and table wine alcohol license submitted by Dolgen Corp. For Dollar General Store on Jeff Hamilton Road in District 3. 30, approve application for lounge retail liquor Class 2 license submitted by Kamaya 23 for Grand Bay Package Store on Highway 90 in District 3. 31, approve application for a retail beer and retail table wine alcohol license submitted by Arshan 23 for Grand Bay Food Mart on Grand Bay, in Grand Bay on Highway 90 in District 3.
That's a lot of liquor license in District 3.
I was noticing that.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Is there something going on down there that I need to know about?
32, approve appropriation contract with Hargrove Foundation in the amount of $5,000 from District 1 Education Funds for its annual gala. 33, approve sponsorship agreement with Mobile Law Enforcement Foundation in the total amount of $1,000 for its annual luncheon. Funds will be divided as follows. 34, will ask to be voted at the conference. Approve agreement with Content Fresh for its social media management consulting and content development for a term beginning November 9th and ending September 30th, 2024, for a total amount not to exceed $54,000 and will be paid from Cost Center 001.
So moved.
Second.
35, approve request of the Information Technology Department for the Mobile County Commission to rescind its action of the September 11th, 2023 minutes, agenda item 34, approving a master service agreement with Threat Advice for a monthly network security review in the amount of $364 for 36 months from Cost Center 001, as the county no longer requires the services from this vendor. Number 36 will ask to be voted at the conference. Adopt resolution to change voter precincts boundaries to reduce the number of precinct splits consistent with the reapportionment of Alabama's congressional districts, which will include changes to voter precincts 1, 2, 22, 41, 44, and 49.
So moved.
Second.
37, rescind approval for a contract with Highland Software for software services for the Information Technology Department approved in the August 14th, 2023 minutes. Due to a clerical error, the new contract will be presented for approval.
Is that what we're gonna call this, a clerical error?
It may be more than that when we're done, I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know if you were aware, but somehow this was signed, my signature was put on this and I didn't sign it. And that's where this is at, and it's being investigated as to how my signature got on.
What about that?
Yeah, so.
A
I just-
DocuSign signature
Oh,
was,
yeah.
wasn't complete, and, we're trying to run this down last few days. And of course, number 38
It was
will
for
ask that you,
DocuSign?
But I also understand that we're not getting too much cooperation out of this Highland.
not yet, but hopefully we'll be better today.
Okay,
And we ask you to hold 38 as well for the same reason.
yeah. Just wanted to make that
What was your
clear.
signature?
Well,
Well,
38,
it's my
we-
DocuSign signature, but I did not approve it, and Danny didn't approve it either, so. We're just trying to figure out who did it and what happened, so.
but I think we're good with 37, right, Christina? It's 38, we ask the commission hold over and not vote on it.
38, hold?
Unless we're able to solve the puzzle between now and
Okay.
Monday.
I just wanted you guys to be
Records
aware.
was working with us pretty carefully on
Glad you
it.
mentioned it.
39, approve master services agreement with Nova Coast to provide assistance with the migration from Exchange 2016 to Office 365 for the Information Technology Department on an ad hoc basis for an amount not to exceed $17,200, pending legal review. 40, approve election services agreement with Election Systems and Software to provide election-related services for the probate court from Cost Center 140. Cost to be determined by invoices for a term beginning January 1st and ending December 31st, 2024, pending legal review. 41, approve contract with Mobile Sports Hall of Fame and the amount of $300,000 for the build-out of the Mobile Sports Hall of Fame Museum will be paid from Cost Center 74, funding contingent upon City of Mobile's appropriation of the cost of the build-out of the Mobile Sports Hall of Fame Museum over and above the county appropriation herein granted. 42, approve service agreement, standard terms and conditions with Unity Fiber to provide telephone, Unity Fiber voice, and other communication services to the county for the IT department pending legal review. No cost center is required. Cost will be determined by service orders.
And back to 41, Eddie, is that build out, is that at its current location or are they moving locations? I can't remember.
I believe that is in the lobby of the
Battle
RS
House.
of the Battle House, yeah, the RC.
But it's
Tower.
staying there, it's not moving? 'Cause
Yes, I
know
think
that-
it's an
I know that-
upgrade to the
okay.
existing, what they existing
Yeah.
have in that,
RSA lobby.
yes.
Yeah. Well, I knew that they had some desire in the past to move, and I couldn't remember if we discussed if this is gonna enhance the exhibit or if they were moving, but it sounds like it's for enhancement of the existing. Okay, thank you.
Number 43 will ask to be voted at the conference. Approve contract with Mobile Veterans Day Commission in the amount of $5,000 for its annual Veterans Day celebration to be paid from Cost Center 74.
So moved.
Second.
I like these cost centers. This is from Workday, so everything is real specific now.
Very.
You know exactly what line item it's coming from. That's great.
44, approve master services contract with Kimley Horn and Associates to provide professional services for the Mobile County Park Initiative. 45, approve master services contract with Michael Baker International to provide professional services for the Mobile County Park Initiative. 46, approve request of the Mobile Police Mounted Auxiliary to waive fees for the use of the John Archer Center on November 7th through December 8th, 2023, and February 7th through February 14th, 2024, for use during the Mounted Police Instructor Course in the event of inclement weather. There will be no cost for preparation to the county. 47, approve contract with the Walker Collaborative for professional services related to the planning, marketing, and design consulting master planning for the Mobile County Civil Rights and Cultural Heritage District Master Plan, pending legal review. Contract costs will be paid from ARPA. 48, we will hold over.
The amount, if it moves forward, will change likely. So I ask, subject to Commissioner Hudson, not be on Monday's agenda, and we'll bring it back once we make some adjustments.
Monday I will be here. It'll be the next meeting.
Well, we've got some differences of opinion on
Okay.
value, so it
Well, we
might,
can wait.
we just wait
Wait.
till the December meeting, if
Right.
that's okay with the Commissioner.
Yes. I think we're both saying the same thing, probably.
Yes, ma'am.
49, approve master services contract including task 1 with Thompson Engineering to provide professional services for the Mobile County Civil Rights and Cultural Heritage District Master Plan pending legal review. Contract cost will be paid from ARPA. 50, approve master services contract including task 1 and task 2 with Mott McDonald, Alabama to provide professional services for the Mobile County Civil Rights and Cultural Heritage District Master Plan pending legal review. Contract costs will be paid from ARPA. 51, approve change order number 1 with Sycamore Construction for project West Mobile County Park improvements. This change order will increase the contract by $66,266.52. The new contract amount is $2,066,253.52, and we will update the funding source by Monday's meeting. just have a few items to work out there. 52, rescind approval of change order number 1 with McElhaney Construction Company for project Chickasaw Park Improvements, Disc Golf Course Improvements, which was approved on the October 10th minutes, agenda item 14, and approve corrected change order number 1, which will decrease the contract amount by $16,171.14, making the final contract price $268,381.87. 53, approve agreement to borrow traveling exhibit Rosa Parks Tired of Giving In from the Rosa Parks Museum at Troy University to showcase in the atrium from November 27th, 2023 through December 8th, 2023 at no cost to Mobile County, pending legal review. 54, approve professional services with Carr, Riggs, and Ingram CPAs and advisors to perform the county's fiscal year 2023 audit in the amount of $17,500.
Commissioners, that item needs to be updated. The examiners will still be performing the 23 audit. The CPA firm will be preparing the financial statements, notes, and schedules to submit to the examiners for the fiscal year 2023 audit. So they will not be actually conducting an audit. That is still with the examiners.
So the language on that needs to change?
Yes, that will change.
Okay. Does that, go ahead.
And we have a few add-on items. Agenda item number 1, approve amendment to the Mobile County policy concerning resignation, rescission, and refusal. Number 2 will ask to be voted at the conference. Approve a sponsorship agreement with Downtown Mobile Alliance in the amount of $2,500 from District 1 education funds to provide scholarships to individuals attending a small-scale development workshop on November 15th, 2023.
So moved. Second?
And also, we'll be adding 2 agenda items to Monday's meeting. One will be with our previous consultant who provided our payroll services and software. We'll ask him to amend his existing contract to extend his services probably at least 3 to 4 months to help us to get through some workday issues that we're having and also help in the provision of some of our tax documentation to our employees and vendors.
Commissioners, we will also have an add-on with BS&G. They're a Workday certified firm that will come in and assist the county treasurer's office and county finance department with working out some Workday transaction issues. And that project term should be between 90 and 120 days. So we'll have that for you tomorrow, the contract. Oh, today, we'll have it today. I'm sorry, we'll have it today.
The first add-on, is that in compliance with the Personnel Board's rules and regulations, what we're doing here?
It is, and essentially our policy was more restrictive than what the Personnel Board's policies were, and this gives us the opportunity to be in alignment with the Personnel Board. And the final item that we have as an add-on is approve request for hearing before the Mobile County Commission by Deborah Lynn Tillman regarding the real property located at 6401 Three Notch Road to determine whether or not the building or structure located at said address constitutes a public nuisance. It's my understanding that the owner has been notified that the public hearing will be at Monday's meeting, and this is to allow that agenda item.
Is there any way that we can have this, a screen set up so that we can have our...
Tom Waters will be here,
Tom will
we'll
have
have
our,
that.
okay.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure of that. Thank you.
Before we move on, I have a question, I guess for finance. My office submitted the list of grants for schools within District 2. Is that, I just want to make sure that's, y'all have it and it's all in the queue. It's a Vanessa?
Yes, it is. Vanessa's here, can speak to it.
Did you? Okay, thank you.
That took so long, I felt like we should be done, but we're not. Brian, it's up to you to take us home.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up, Commissioners. Okay, Monday, we would ask that you consider taking the following action. Item 1, approve hold harmless indemnity agreements for the use of county equipment with the city of Sims and the town of Mount Vernon. Item 2, approve and adopt a mile application from in loving memory of Brenda Daniels for the adoption of a segment of Old Highway 43 from the limits of the city of Creola northward to the north end of pavement, and that's about 1.7 miles. Item 3, approve setting the following speed limits as listed below for Suzanne Court, Vienna Street East and Vienna Street South.
And this is all District 3, right?
They're all.
They're gonna
in
need
District
some
3.
speed limit signs up there with all that alcohol. They're gonna
Maybe
be
it's because all the alcohol license, slowing them down.
I'm sure they'll pay attention.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we need to kind of watch those alcohol licenses in your district. We got to start setting some speed limits out there. Item 4, approve supplemental agreement number 1 with John G. Walton for the intersection improvement at Airport Boulevard and Eliza Jordan Road. We have some drainage modifications that are necessary due to some unforeseen conditions. That's a substantial improvement. Commissioners, we've got about $30,000 of items that we're going to be able to delete, so the total overall increase is a little over 70,000, I think. But it's still significant. But that is an ongoing project, and we're doing everything we can to keep that project moving forward.
Yeah, there's been some nightmare issues. I've stopped several times and just
Our construction crews are
unforeseen
just
stuff
having-
there that, you know.
Yeah, they're having fits out there right now. So we're working our way through that. Item 5, approve a commission district project to create 2 signs for the Victor Birch Memorial Bridge located on Rangeline Road over the Theodore Industrial Canal, and these will be installed by the Alabama Department of Transportation. Item 6, approve.
Can I speak on that for just a
Please
second? The Chip Brown with the state legislature had passed a resolution renaming this bridge in honor of Mr. Birch, who was hit by an intoxicated driver riding a bicycle on that bridge. And so I wanted the county to be part of helping with that, so that's why we're doing the signs and they're going to put them up. But it was a very unfortunate event that occurred out there several years ago, and in honor of Mr. Birch. Chip had done that, and I wanted us to be also recognize Mr. Birch also.
Very good.
Okay. Item 6, approve signing a contract for professional construction, engineering, and inspection services for our Randolph Foster Road Drainage Improvement Project to McCrory and Williams. We took bids on that yesterday, actually, Commissioners. Came in just a tad below what we had it estimated at, so next meeting, we should be able to award that project.
Yay.
Item 7, approve A-Trip 2 fiscal year 2024 application to the Alabama Department of Transportation for safety improvements at the State Highway 193 Fowl River Road intersection, and that is a future roundabout.
Yes.
That application, Commissioners, we're going to be requesting $2 million, which is the maximum amount that application process will allow. And then we're going to have to come up with another 3.5, 4 million, but we'll do that in the next pay-as-you-go program, we believe. Item 8, approve agreement with the Alabama Department of Environmental Management for an American Recovery Plan Act drinking water wastewater project in the amount of $150,000, and this will be for the removal of the River Road Bridge, which is currently closed. Item 9.
Is this the bridge in Wilmer?
No, ma'am, this is way down there in Bila Battery.
Code in.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, way down there. Item 9, authorize advertising for and receiving proposals for professional engineering services for the design and construction engineering and inspection for that same project. Item 10, approve preliminary and final plat of re-subdivision of parcels F, G, and H of the Terrell Middleton Family Subdivision, that's in Commission District 2, and the preliminary and final plat of the re-subdivision of Delmas Family Division, which is in Commission District 3. Item 11, authorize advertising and receiving bids for our Citronelle Streets resurfacing project, which is one of our 2022 pay-as-you-go projects. Item 12, authorize advertising and receiving bids for the Dauphin Island Streets resurfacing project, which is also one of our 2022 pay-as-you-go projects. Item 13, approve assigning a contract for professional engineering services for the Mobile County Soccer Complex practice fields and parking area to the Duplantis Design Group.
I'll give a little explanation on this. You know, we've got some remediation about to happen, hopefully in the not too distant future, on the 3 existing fields because of drainage issues, and part of that was design and construction problems. And so what we're going to do is we've got the property for the last phase of the project. We're going to go ahead and look at clear cutting a lot of that and turn that into fields that can be played on while the other fields are undergoing remediation. Mm-hmm. So that way we won't end up without any fields available for any of the clubs to practice and play on. They're not going to be at the same quality, of course, because we're going to and we've talked about bringing in some temporary lighting and, you know, sodding those fields temporarily. But so we're going to try our best to have something available while the others are having to be remediated.
And item 14, approve reimbursable agreement for relocation of utility facilities with Alabama Power Company on Boothtown Road project. That's one of our 2020 pay-as-you-go projects, and the estimated cost is a little over $52,000. And that is currently it.
All right.
Were we supposed to have some guests here today? USA Leadership?
I think that was after a meeting.
Dina sent an email earlier this morning, they canceled.
Well, they canceled.
Oh, I didn't get any.
I didn't either.
Okay.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Anything? Do you have anything?
I don't believe so.
Do you have anything? Okay. Before we conclude, I think Commissioner Ludgood had mentioned some of the locations of the where you could get your green light bulbs. But did you want to reiterate that? And
Yes, sir.
also, I know Kelsey isn't here, but do you want to make an announcement for her, or you want me to make an announcement for her?
You can make that announcement.
Okay, well, our Deputy Director of Public Affairs got engaged. So congratulations. She's not here, but
No.
congratulations.
Yeah, she's at a Visit Mobile Ambassador Training
Got
Program.
engaged and left.
No, not quite.
She'll be here Monday then. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
So the Operation Greenlight locations are the Revenue Commission offices, the License Commission offices, and public libraries in the area. And we also have a few in the Government Plaza, but those don't last very long at the information desk. So there are a few back in the corner y'all can pick up on your way out. And please support Operation Greenlight, because it's very important to show how we appreciate and support the veterans, especially those who are transitioning back into civilian life and having difficulty. So thank you.
Yeah, and then just remember, this weekend is Veterans Day, and there's a lot of events going on in the community. And if you get an opportunity to go to one of these events and thank a veteran for their service, be sure to try to do that. And yes.
Mobile County offices are closed tomorrow in
Yes.
observance of Veterans Day.
Yeah. So, all right.
But there is a parade downtown.
Yes. All right. Well, we'll adjourn until Monday.